Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. Guys, we have a hopefully pretty interesting week when it comes to all the stock, restocks, and all the other information going on. And as well, we're going to be trying our best to give like a little bit more on the in-depth and a little bit more on the rambles, a little bit more on the expectations, and all that good stuff when it comes to the PlayStation 5 disc, digital, and also Xbox Series X restocks. We have a lot of locations we'll be watching, a lot of locations that are very on the overdue side. We have a lot of locations of stock we're watching, and as well, I think we actually have some pretty high likelihood of restocks going on throughout this week too as well. We actually have quite a few different retailers that are overdue. We have quite a few different retailers that we're actually seeing a little bit of rumors on, and as well we've also seen some stock movement and arrivals, and we're going to talk about it all throughout this video. So we have just some pretty okay stuff. It might be a little bit more on the shorter side compared to other previous weeks, but we'll kind of give you guys the best details we got you, so we'll go and dive on into it. As well, if any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 disc digital console controller, Twitter and Twitch stream as well, link down below. You can sign up for people, deposit $100, get a bunch of free stock, free money, same with that Coinbase too as well. And I hope you guys all have a fantastic, lovely week. Now, as you guys have probably seen, also leave a like if you guys want to, or comment down below, or even come back to this video if you guys do get a console throughout this week, or just have any of my usual day-to-day videos. I always love when I get to see you guys get them. It makes me happy, it makes me hype, and it's kind of been the big purpose for our channel anyway, so I'm always cool with it. So as you guys may have seen throughout the day-to-day video, we're watching quite a few locations, and if anything happened at like 9 a.m., hopefully that earlier video should have covered it, so this might be a nice little, you know, you can always like skip ahead if something like that happens, or if you guys watch this like on Tuesday, Wednesday, or whatever, as you guys see that stuff, don't worry about it. So the very first thing I do want to go bring up is going to be on the Best Buy side. So, as I've mentioned on my day-to-day video, we did actually see a little bit of Best Buy movement when it came to East Coast warehouses. So, we have three major things, and like we covered it before. One, walk-ins. So as you guys have been seeing, we've been seeing loads of walk-in areas and walk-in potentials when it comes to PlayStation 5s. So if you guys want to go and check your stores, we've been recommending the PlayStation 5 glitch, where you guys just go and download the app. Then you go and type in the SKU unit or the PlayStation 5 number, whatever it is. And then as you guys go get your consoles, you guys basically go and have a chance to see if it shows up unavailable or anything else. Then you guys are good. Now, when it comes to consoles in stock in general, you guys want to go check in stock. You just drive over there. If you see it, you just go to your store or give them a call and see what stock and stock movement you guys can go and get. Now, we have been seeing really nice movements with that, although this past like previous end of the week, like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, has been kind of more on the tail end drop, where we weren't seeing as much stock, and it was a little bit more on the chiller side. But a few things to note. Number one, it's now a Monday. So as you guys know, start of the work week, a lot more stores, a lot more warehouses, a lot more truckers and stuff are moving stock and kind of sending stock on out. That first and foremost is nice to see. So that kind of bumps up the likelihood, because we have seen confirms that warehouses have been getting a little bit more stock as well. Although even if you guys saw from Target as a good example, could even take 2 to 3 weeks. So it's kind of like open-ended, but we did have some leaks and mentions on that, confirming that there is stock and stock movement floating around. So that's first and foremost great. We love seeing that, we love seeing stock. Now, part two is that would actually either go into walk-ins or online. So if you guys want to be on the lookout even now throughout the rest of today, or maybe if we're unlucky on timing on the video, maybe even like an hour ago, but Total Tech. Best Buy actually did go send out a notice for their previous Xbox Series X Total Tech drop, so I would almost maybe anticipate that they may even do like a preemptive again, because it does get new Total Tech subscribers and members and all of that on their channel, which is always obviously nice. We like seeing that, obviously, if you're a big business. So although Total Tech is kind of a scam, I still think the price point's not worth it. But when it comes to that one, we are very overdue. Their last proper online drop, funny enough, was a Total Tech restock, and as well, they had a PS5 one for Total Tech a few weeks ago, and then Xbox Series X not that long ago. So it is on the overdue side for Total Tech, so we'll be watching PlayStation 5s throughout today. Mondays have bime usually pretty good Total Tech days, and throughout the rest of the week, usually at like the 9 a.m. for any general time to like 5 p.m., like any general, like, you know, time zone. So we're watching that especially throughout this week, mainly because we're hearing reports and rumors. It could always even not even happen, I'm sure you guys know, but we're just kind of watching that closely. Same with Xboxes too. They did do an Xbox Total Tech drop on the 15th, so less likely for them online, although we have been seeing Xbox Series X's in pretty much every Best Buy store location. As you guys know, a lot of walk-ins are slowly happening, so if you guys want to go check these stores and check their stock, feel free to be on the lookout for it, watch it, and try to get your stock and go from there. So all around good stuff with that. Best Buy's looking good, and as always, you guys want to either check online or check in stores. I think Best Buy is going to be a pretty high prio when it comes to this day, so keep that in mind. And as well, like I said, online too, it's just very, very overdue. We're going to be watching it throughout the week. Now, the next kind of big boy we're going to be watching is on GameStop. Now, GameStop itself is actually looking pretty good, like in terms of a likelihood of this restock week. For the restock week, that's kind of hard to say. So either on the Tuesday, Wednesdays, as we've been seeing for online. So we'll be watching today especially the PlayStation 5 and Xboxes, because they're very overdue for an online proper normal restock, especially on the PlayStation 5 side. So we'll be watching that. Usually they do give us like a nice tweet and message for the pro membership on Facebook, on Twitter, on email, whatever. So usually Tuesdays and Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Central is their usual go-to time. So we'll be watching that pretty closely and seeing stock there pretty closely. And if it's all looking good and seeming all good, we're going to go and be looking to see for a drop. But although online is overdue. We know that. We know the bundles, and I'm sure you guys agree. Bundles are kind of Although GameStop does seem like they're getting a little bit better on the Xbox bundles, PlayStation 5 bundles are still reigning supreme, especially with them. So what we're going to be watching actually is there's been a little baby bit of rumor, and we may actually cover this more in like its own separate video today, but the really bluntly, because some people only watch the weeklies, which is totally fine, I would be on the likelihood that a PlayStation 5 walk-in event is looking pretty overdue, and as well, we are seeing some small murmurs showing up with it throughout this week. So, at least for GameStop, I'm not the biggest fan of big bundles. I'm not the biggest fan of those, obviously, but if it calms down on scalpers and pretty much gives a very high chance of you guys getting your consoles, I'm all kind of down for it. So, in case you guys are curious, I think maybe this weekend or this Friday we'll be watching it. Well, like I said, we'll probably have another separate video talking about it. I'm probably also going to reach out to a few GameStop employees and mentions and members and stuff like that throughout today. I'm going to go and check and see. If anything, I should probably just even look right now and see if they even sent me a message in the first place. And as of right now, no, but I did send them a nice little, like, hey, what up? So I'll kind of go and see. We'll give you guys more details as it kind of goes on, and I'll probably send a little bit more of a proper message after this video is all done. But we have been seeing GameStop stuff floating around. We have been seeing the rumors. That'll probably be a pretty high likelihood, even if the rest of this week's kind of chill, because as you guys know, we'll cover that in a second. Target did go do a proper restock last week, so that does tone down the likelihood of them, but we'll cover them in a second. So at least we have like some pretty good stuff that's like a very, very high probability chance of happening throughout this week. So Best Buy is looking pretty good, especially for walk-ins online. GameStop online, overdue. Walk-ins looking pretty good based on the early leaks. And Xboxes in general, they've kind of been floating around on both sides. So good stuff on that. So on that one. Next one is going to be on the, we can maybe just do Target because we just mentioned it really quickly. Target side. Now, Target, as you guys know, did do a proper restock as of last week. So the likelihood of a restock this week kind of on the smaller side. Though I do want to remind you guys, we do see quite a few big instances of them having leftover stock. So think canceled orders that never got picked up, or just people who just overbought and never got it, or just people who just didn't want to get it for some odd reason. Sometimes we also do see folks out there who order their consoles, get like a text message or alert from their bank and be like, oh, it's you sure want to do this? And then they just assume they never got it, and they just assume they never, like, just didn't get their console. They just got unlucky or whatever. So we'll keep you guys in the loop. If you guys want to check and you guys are casual around your stores, you guys can go and see. Like, there's nothing wrong with checking or asking or being nice, although the likelihood of that's very, very low. Although we do keep on seeing Xbox Series X's, please go keep on checking your stores and rocking them on out, getting all the stock for that good stuff. Just whatever, just check online, check on the app. As well, we also have still been hearing rumors too. This is on the very, very small murmur side. GameStop's way higher likelihood, Target way lower, of another Target walk-in event happening in the near future. We also do have confirmation that some stock is going to be arriving later on throughout even this week. So it's either prepping up for the next upcoming Target restock, or as well for some walk-in, or overall attempting to change into some walk-ins. We have been hearing some rumors with that too as well. So keep that in mind. We're watching Target, although very, very not closely, because they did already drop as of last week. Walmart's actually a little bit on the higher side too, because they are and have on the somewhat overdue side. Now, a lot of people are still waiting for their prior Walmart restock to go be shipped. So we're still watching that stock, trying to get their PlayStation, trying to get their stock, whatever it is. So we're closely watching on it. And that does kind of tone down the likelihood of this week for a restock, mainly because if they're overdue on stock and they have to wait for Sony to send some shipments and they got to get some consoles, it does kind of tone it down quite a bit. So when it comes to Walmart, we are going to be watching throughout this week. We usually do kind of have like a nice notice on like Tuesday or Wednesday, and then on Thursdays themselves, they do typically have stock, like, you know, if they do a restock, at around the 2 p.m. range. We haven't seen them though in a few weeks, so that's why it kind of is bumping up a little bit more. Although on the counterpoint, like the con, like that, the pro is it's overdue. The con is that a lot of stock is still on the very overdue side. So we're going to be watching it, we're going to be seeing it, we're going to see what happens. Although if it does drop, we'll let you guys know and have a bigger warning, probably a few days before. It's probably going to be a Walmart Plus drop too as well. If we see a lot more stock movements and arrivals happen throughout the week, we'll probably give you guys a separate update and talk about it. Although if a lot of people are still kind of in this limbo and they're still waiting for stock to show up, it wouldn't surprise me that much if we just don't see anything and everything's kind of chilling and we just don't see much stock for it. So we'll kind of see what happens. Hopefully it does drop. Walmart would be a fantastic drop to kind of put like a nice little cherry on top, especially after Target just restocked. And now, as last but not least, for all the big boys, Amazon themselves did not have any website updates, although they sometimes work in YOLOs, maybe even like 20 minutes ago if we're unlucky. But we have been seeing more of a website notice from them, which I do want to say is usually a pretty nice update just in general. So thank you, Amazon, for that. We guys have the Amazon links down below. Make sure you guys are subscribed and all that good stuff. Or if you guys made it this far, make sure you guys like the video. But when it comes to that, Amazon, probably not that much overdue. We usually do see like a lot of the drops on more of the tail end of the month. But this is also not the technical tail end. We have until next week too as well. So probably not going to be looking too much. If we see more news or if it randomly drops, it always can. Like we've been seeing a lot of like the 10 to 11, 12 p.m. range or so, although they're usually sometimes botted. So if you guys want to check for stock or see stock with it, probably next week more so, but there's always that chance for this week. So I think that's pretty much it for all the big boys. Part 2 of big boys will be on the PS Directs, which we could talk about right now. Now, when it comes to PlayStation Directs, we did go and see one not that long ago, although it was very, very small stock and very, very just mediocre just movement. It wasn't that good. So we'll probably be anticipating one throughout this week. Kind of the same thing when it comes to GameStop. Mondays and Wednesdays have been kind of golden days. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, I think, or more so Mondays for emails, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays for actually the act of doing it. So we'll let you guys know. We didn't see any emails as of Sunday. So it probably means there's probably going to be none tomorrow, unless we see an email today, obviously, so, or more so as well. We're probably going to see any of them today, unless we see the email today, which will probably mean for tomorrow, if that makes sense. But we've kind of been seeing around like 1 or 2 weeks off, and then they do 1 or 2. We did see a few public queues, so hopefully we'll get lucky and see, although that's just kind of up in the air. We did not see any other emails or messages or talks about it as of so far. And that's kind of, I think, our biggest struggle with it. So if we see more stock, we'll let you guys know. But the PS Direct, we'll probably anticipating a pretty high throughout this week. Microsoft stores and Microsoft Directs, we do keep on seeing refurbished and normal consoles and Xbox Series X bundles being sold directly from Microsoft. So in case you guys do want to pick up any stock from them or be on the lookout for them at all, feel free to. I'd love to have you guys go get some consoles from it if you guys would like. But overall, it should be a pretty higher chance, I would say, throughout this week in general. While I keep on seeing a lot of Xbox Series X's, it does kind of seem like they've been trying their best to churn out as much stock as they can. So Microsoft Directs as well, if either online or emails, are probably looking more likely than even PS Directs are. But like I said, PS Directs are overdue. We'll keep on watching for more info from them. Now, for other little various stuff such as walk-ins and mid-tier locations. Now, first and foremost, Ant Online. Now, once again, if we got a little bit on the unlucky timing, although we did cover on the day-to-day video, that goes for all of these, Ant Online did do a Xbox bundle drop last week. PlayStation 5 bundle last week. So this week, a likelihood is probably an Xbox Series S, more so on the sadder side because it's just a filler, or GPUs, although they were also doing GPUs, and as well maybe a PlayStation 5 Digital if they do want to bless us up with some additional nice low yellow stock for their bundles. Some of their bundles actually weren't that bad as of recent, not like $900 bundles, but they're still bundles, obviously, which is not the best, but we have still been watching that throughout this week. So be on the lookout for them, 9 a.m. to like 5 p.m. range or so. Now as well, Xbox Series X's, they'll probably have more additional stock for it. So if you guys want one, you guys want the bundle, go for it. Although I'd probably recommend just either GameStop in stores. We still have been seeing GameStop bundles, or Xbox is and Best Buy and Target, and even Walmart online in case they get more additional online or restock. So those are kind of more of the bigger priorities still at this point. Now GameFly is extremely overdue. Like Xbox, like middle overdue, PlayStation 5 extremely overdue. So especially be on the lookout for them throughout this week. You may or may not be a GameStop member. Costco as well, extremely overdue. We did see some Xboxes though from them not that long ago. PlayStation 5s though, extremely overdue. I hope you guys all know that and understand that. Huge stock, huge watch. We're going to wait for it. We want to get that stock. We want to get that good stuff. We're waiting for it. So Costco membership, you have to have it, but be on the lookout for it. Now, as well, for the same things we've been mentioning throughout these past few days, Sam's Club. Although they did do a restock not that long ago, I think around 3 weeks ago or so, Xboxes are so extremely overdue for their bundles. But once again, you can probably get bundles in better stores and locations from like Walmart, Target, Best Buy, or whatever, a little bit on the quicker side. But over them for bundles, be on the lookout for that Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. PlayStation 5s as well. They did do a PS5 drop not that long ago, but we'll be watching maybe this Wednesday, Thursday just to see. And it does bump up the likelihood quite a bit if Walmart doesn't do a restock as of this week. So be on the lookout for them. Now, as well for BJs, we have been seeing them in stores, which we'll cover in a second, but as well, them online for PS5 bundles, extremely overdue. Xbox Series X bundles as well, extremely overdue. On top of that, too, Fred Meyer's and Kroger's as well, both extremely overdue for PlayStation 5 bundles. We'll probably be anticipating up at least one of these locations and one of these areas to go and do something of a PlayStation 5 bundle. Like all these big boys out here, like the Gamefly, Costco's, etc., as I mentioned, are just extremely overdue. Like they're like, I'm surprised that they won't drop. So we'll be watching them. Xboxes as well in the fray, but I think you guys more so care about the PlayStations itself. On top of that, too, be on the lookout for the YOLO Verizons, the Dells, the Endormas, the PC Richards, and all those. We have been seeing quite a few of those, and as well are very on the overdue side for PlayStation 5 bundles and PlayStation 5 stock, and even Xbox bundles, too. As well as also kind of covering walk-ins. So as you guys probably have heard throughout the early videos in the day, and even throughout this video, BJ's with their East Coast stores, New York to Florida, PlayStation 5s with their bundles for Elden Ring. We have had PS5 bundles and all that, so if you want to go check your stores and see if they have any leftover stock, I do highly implore you guys to go checking it out and enjoy. We have been seeing a little bit more, not the biggest stock side, but we have been seeing at least a few for stock and stock movement with it. So be on the lookout in case you guys want to as well. On top of that, too, Myers. We have been covering throughout the weekend itself, but Myers stores have been receiving stock, and I think have been also slowly trickling in stock and selling stock as well. So if you guys do want to get your PlayStation 5s and PlayStation 5 Digitals, we haven't seen too much in PS5 Digitals, more so on the disc editions. Go and check out the stores and see the stock and go from there. Now, when it comes to that stuff, we've had employees confirming it too, so that's in the more Midwest rather than East Coast side. If you guys want to go check and get some stock from there, we haven't seen too much of the Xbox Series X's, but we have seen a lot of Xbox Series S's. So check that out if you guys want. As well, when it comes to the also Kroger's and Fred Meyer's, they're extremely overdue when it comes to PlayStations in stores. It's been kind of on the same time frame around the Meijer stores, around almost 2 months since we've actually seen some stuff. And we'll also be closely watching any Costco stores in case there's any big grand openings, because usually for that they'll usually have a lot more in-store stock for certain areas and regions in case they need it and want it. Now, as well, for both on the staples. Staples is kind of a part of that same big walk-in stuff that's extremely overdue. We just haven't seen stock from them in forever. So keep on watching and trying to get stock with them if you guys want. We have been seeing the occasional walk-ins and occasional online sales when it comes to Staples stores. So keep on checking for that one. Or if you guys see any reports throughout the week, send me a tweet, send me a message if you guys are getting, groceries or whatever it is. I just always like knowing. And as well, just for the general sense too, some of the older mid-tier places like the Belks, if you guys really want to spend the extra money, some rent-to-own places have some stuff. But I think the one last little big thing too is on the military side, because military, both for walk-ins and as well for online orders, are extremely overdue. So we haven't seen a lot of the military folks having a chance to get stock in-house. We haven't had a chance to see a lot of military folks getting stock online. You do have to be an active military member or family member or have someone from retired member military as well. So just be on the lookout for it. We've been seeing it's just overdue. It's so overdue. A lot of locations at this point in this week, I think it's kind of the overdue week, either this week or next week, because just so many locations and so many spots are just very overdue for stock. They really should be having it sooner rather than later. And now that we're seeing say Myers and BJ's slowly getting stores in stock, and say a place like Target that finally did an online restock, I just think a lot of these locations are on the overdue side, which is nice. We're finally going to get our stock there sooner rather than later. So just want to give a big thank you guys all so much for watching. This week might be in the middle. We don't have any big focus besides maybe GameStop to talk about. So this is pretty much all we kind of got for the big news. But like I said, be on the lookout now, or maybe if something happened 20 minutes ago, leave a comment down below and let people know throughout the week, or if it happens throughout the week in general. feel free to let us know. We'll probably have a lot more videos throughout the week for gaming news, restock news, so please make sure you guys are subscribed, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console Controller, Twitter and Twitch stream as well, link down below, and sign up for that Weeble and Coinbase, and I just appreciate you guys all so much for being in my life. You guys are awesome and fantastic. Thank you guys all for being here. You guys are all awesome. Good night and good day. Whatever it is, whatever you guys watch. Love you guys.